Hello, everyone, and welcome, or maybe welcome back to my video game walkthrough game. I don't know. All right, so this is actually Suikoden 2 or Suikoden 2. I don't really know how to say it. If you enjoyed my Final Fantasy Tactics, I hope that you enjoy Suikoden 2. I was thinking about just letting you enjoy the music to this intro because it is an awesome intro. But it'd be weird if this is your first time here and you're just watching this intro while I also watch the intro. So if you watch my Final Fantasy Tactics playthrough, that one is a lot more strategy based than this one will be. With Suikoden 2, it is more story driven, and I actually did Tactics on mute. Not that it has a bad soundtrack, but this one is just fantastic. So obviously there's still strategy to this game. There's several different types of games within this game, including mini games and wartime, which is a little bit like Final Fantasy Tactics, but a very simplified version. And speaking of storyline and Final Fantasy Tactics, this game actually has a lot of parallels, and I'll point them out as I go through the game. If I did it all right now, it'd be a bit of a spoiler. And actually, this is a little bit of a stretch, but there's some parallels. I don't know if you guys are anime fans. There's some parallels with Attack on Titan and this game as well. That, again, is a stretch. I'll just point that stuff out as I see it. And as you're watching this, most of these characters are your stars that you can collect. I can't remember what the proper name is, but these are characters. Those aren't. Those are just soldiers. But like most of these people are people you're going to pick up, or at least like major storyline characters. And that's Shu. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that guy is cool AF, despite his name being Shu. Anyway. Yeah, that's your castle. If you played, that's a little bit of a spoiler. If you played Suikoden, you'll know that castles are a big theme in this game. All right, so I'm going to start a new game. Obviously, it'd be weird for me to be like, welcome to my game. I'm about to take Green Hill back. Man, I am just chock full of spoilers today. Assuming you remember that. I might just pick my own name, but I just want to see if there's any fun random names. Hell, I don't know about that. Huxley. I actually did a playthrough earlier and I named him Huxley and I regretted it. Nikolai? I'm gonna modify that and make him Nick Cage. I hope I don't regret this. I can't imagine that I would, though. Hell yeah, actually. Alright, so if you played Suikoden, I mentioned that there's, castles are a theme. There's a couple little Easter eggs, I think, if you upload from Suikoden 2, but the big thing is the main character is available. He's not one of your 108 stars, but you can kind of pick him up and he hangs out with you until, I don't know. I think when you save the game or something, that doesn't matter. I didn't do it, so you can't see it, but he is just kind of chilling at a spot fishing, and you can grab him at a certain point with certain conditions that are met. So what we're seeing here is the Youth Brigade. Oh man, now you guys know everything about my banking information. I put on Do Not Disturb mode. Anyways, so Joey, or Jowie, however you want to say it, he's just kind of like, hey, Nick Cage, what are you doing? I'm ready to go. And they're talking about their hometown of Kayaro, which is part of the Highland Empire. They're talking about Nanami, which is your sister, your only family since Master Genkaku died. So anyway, should we go to sleep? You have the option of saying, let's go outside, go to sleep. There's no point to going outside. It just is you wasting time, effectively. So he's saying, good night, Nick Cage. I am very happy with that name. think I just did with Ramza when I mean, obviously I didn't, unless I named him Team Ramza. Anyways, I should go back and watch my tactics videos. And so should you. All right, so you're hearing a surprise attack. I have the volume on pretty low, but you can hear like... So those soldiers you're sharing a tent with hopped out. And Joey's surprised because there's a peace treaty with the city-state. Right now, you and Joey are level 2. So Raud is conveniently... This is like a 2-minute ahead spoiler. Conveniently like waiting for you to tell you there's a surprise attack by the city-state. And so he's saying you're surrounded. You better take the path out to get to your hometown. And you see some soldiers struggling. Keep in mind these are youth soldiers, so they're probably, you know, mid to late teens. It's a little sad mini story happening there where you see those 2 soldiers struggling. And all of a sudden, Joey's like, hold up, dog. Hold up, Nick Cage. So you can either say, let's run away, or ask, like, what's going on. I think it saves you a little bit of time if you say what's happening. And so Joey's saying that the enemy must know, and this might be an ambush. So let's go tell Captain Raud. One thing I'm going to change is the message speed. Everything else should be fine. Alright, so heading back, I mentioned the miniature sad thing. These 2 soldiers you were watching, they didn't make it. One of them put on his helmet before he died. A little weird. Alright, and then going back to tell Captain Raud, I mentioned that was a miniature spoiler because right here you find out that Captain Raud planned all this. There was no city-state attack. There was no quote-unquote betrayal. These men slaughtered children to make the city-state look like monsters. And that is to stoke the fires of the Highland Army so that they will want to declare war on the city-state. So you have the option of saying, let's get out of here, or let's talk to the captain. This is kind of a dumb thing to do. But Joey's a smart guy, but he actually agrees to do it. And then Raud is like pissed off, confused, like, what were you guys thinking? And Luca could easily kill everyone that you're seeing on the screen if he felt so inclined. And actually Raud could, you know, not kill Joey and Nick Cage. How could I forget Nick Cage's name? If he felt so inclined. Instead, he sends some incompetent soldiers. One of them got a lick in. By the way, I didn't say what I was just doing. The Unite, so your options when you're playing this game, if you do auto, you're basically telling everyone to just do a regular attack, and it's going to just be on whoever's up front. So attack, defend. Defend is almost a useless skill. We don't have Rune yet. They are holding some items. If I were to Unite, it's kind of the same effect here. But I'm just going to have them attack him, which this is effectively what would have been happening if I did auto. So with them being level 2, these soldiers give them a lot of experience. Once you level up, that 750 is going to be scaled back. And your money in this game is called Potch. Kind of cool. Let's run away, Nick Cage. Something we've all wanted to say at one point. Whether you're like in the unbearable weight of massive talent and you just want to have an adventure with Nick Cage, or, you know, I'm sure plenty of ladies consider him a sex symbol, but maybe not because he's so silly. Are you okay, Nick Cage? I'm very happy with that name choice. All right, so Captain Raud, not only did he plan to ambush you, he had a second ambush at the top of the cliff for you. That might have just been something he improvised real quick. He also calls you promising soldiers, but like he was gonna kill you one way or the other, so stop trying to sound like you're not a monster, Captain Raud. All right, so this is gonna look just like the last fight because no one's leveled up. These soldiers are gonna be the same. As you get deeper in the game, the soldiers get stronger, like to scale as you get stronger. So when you level up, it shows you the increase in all of those categories. As is true with most video games, the main character is stronger than most. So typically with these categories, like 2 is kind of an average increase. If you're good, you're getting 3. If you're great, you're getting 4. And then health is usually, I don't know, 9 or 10, but everyone's a little different. All right, so Raud is angry that he tells you to stay here. Like, well, you're my captain. I guess I gotta wait and die. So you've got the option to say, like, you agree about jumping off the cliff into the river, or look at the current will never make it. Just save yourself some time and say, well, I guess you're right. Joey is gonna mark this rock, and he wants you to do it too. So that is your returning point. If you say forget it, Joey's gonna mark it for you. I think it's a little sweeter to just say, like, I promise, and then do it yourself. All right, and then you're gonna hold hands and jump. This is going to bring up the song Reminiscence, which, like I said, this game is famous for its music. This is actually my ringtone in the morning. Like, that's how much I like the music in this video game. You're seeing the children version of, that's Nick Cage that just fell down playing hopscotch. That's a little preppy Joey. And Nanami is your sister. Nanami and Nick Cage, I'm not going to not enjoy that at any point. They are both adopted. That is Master Genkaku. He taught them martial arts and discipline. And this is a really loose tie-in to what I was talking about Attack on Titan. There's a part with the tree in your backyard that really reminds me of Attack on Titan. And it's just the newest outro, not the intro, the outro of the Attack on Titan final season part 2. If you haven't watched Attack on Titan, it may never end. They keep doing, oh, final season, wait, final season next year, wait, final season next year. But either way, I highly recommend that show. It's I've only watched like 4 animes ever, like anime series, and that one's my favorite. So you're just kind of watching Nick Cage and Joey grow up. Joey and Nick Cage are the only ones. Well, okay, there's one soldier up front right now, not wearing helmets, but that's just, I guess they're kind of rebels, right? Like going out of uniform. I doubt that was an optional thing, but they were like, nah, we're cool. Writer and creator Yoshitaka Murayama. I don't know anything about him except that he's fantastic because this game is so good. One thing that was difficult in production is apparently the translation had a lot of... The translation team really struggled. I don't know what caused it, but this game took a while to come to America because of that. Also, if you played Suikoden and you've been waiting to play Suikoden 2 for some reason, even though it came out like 24 years ago, you're probably like, wait, is that Victor? And yes, it is. Suikoden ends with you thinking that Victor and Flick died sacrificing themselves to save the main character. He is lovingly just referred to as McDowell in this game if you have him, but we won't because I didn't upload from Suikoden. His last name is McDowell, and I'm Nick Cage. Whatever letter your name started with, like if his name was Nick Cage in the first one, he would have been Nick Dowell, or if your name was Jeffy, it would have been Jick Dowell. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. So Victor's asking what happened, why were you in the river, and this is effectively the same answer either way. So Victor is asking if you're a Highlander, and you can either lie or just be like, yeah, it's true. And Victor's like, all right, well, I'm city-state. He's technically a mercenary for the city-state, but he's effectively telling him he's a prisoner now. And Flick's like, quit picking on him. Flick is way cooler in Suikoden 2 than he was in Suikoden. His whole thing in the first one is, if you want to play Suikoden after watching me play this, then just earmuff for like 10 seconds because this is a spoiler. His girlfriend and love interest and hero is Odessa, and she dies early in the game. and you don't see him for a while, and then he comes back and he's accusing the main character of killing her so he could take over. Anyways, that's his whole storyline in the first one, but he is, I don't know, he's not like, he's developed from like a different character and from the first one to the second one. It's not like you see much character development within the second one. Okay, so I decided I was going to do kind of like 15-minute intervals, and that puts us a little over 15 minutes. So we're going to end here with Nick Cage being a prisoner and Victor telling him to bundle up and enjoy your prison cave. So I will do this again soon. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you keep watching.